Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Very Biased Opinions. Today, it's League One predictions. I think it's match day 25, but in League One, I have no idea anymore. Some teams have only played 18 matches. Before we get straight into these fascinating, exciting, and deeply thought-out predictions, we're going to highlight a quote from somebody. This week, it's William Golder saying, Manchester United, never heard of them. That's right, Ian. Stop bringing them up in League One videos. This is the League One. It's Oxford United, and there are no other Uniteds, especially not a Peterborough.
Well, if I can have a rebuke, surely if they've not heard of them, then it's our duty to inform the viewers.
And with that said, we lead into League One predictions. It's Charlton Athletic hosting the old enemy, Swindon Town.
Oh, I said that they're called they who should not be named, Thomas. How dare you soil this good whatever it is video with their name. And also thank you for not mentioning that you won League One predictions at the weekend by 9 points to 7, meaning that, but I am still in the lead 10-9 overall. So we'll gloss over that one. Two sides that need a win. Charlton were winning 1-0 against Peterborough, but went down 2-1 overall. Swindon had a great result against Ipswich, but then backed that up by losing to Doncaster. So they've got back to their normal ways. Swindon have seemed like they want to sign everybody. They brought another player in. I just trust they brought a guy in from QPR called Masterson. So they're really trying to revamp their squad because they're getting more and more dragged into a dogfight as the weeks go on, Thomas.
Yeah, I mean, they're right down there, aren't they? They're at that point. They're on really poor form. They've only won 1 in their last 8, I think it was. 2 in their last 9. And we won't talk about the second win. Mm-hmm. Charlton, on the other hand, they're kind of in a state of free fall. Like, they got that win technically 2 rounds ago against, who was it? They won 1-0.
Good win, actually. I think they beat Bristol Rovers, didn't they?
Bristol Rovers, yeah. They
which was a good win away from home. And then it looked like they were going to get another 1-0 win. But Peterborough have managed to turn that around, which leaves them just sort of clinging on to that final playoff spot going into this round of fixtures. But do not fear, Addicts fans, because this is pretty much going to be a walkover for you. You're going to get a healthy amount of goals back. I think it's going to be 4-1 to Charlton.
1-1 draw.
Ooh. Lincoln City versus Northampton Town.
Top of the table is quite exciting now, Ian, isn't it?
Is really bunched up quite a lot. There's a lot of sides pretty much with you can go all the way down to like Ipswich in 8th, who've got a couple of games in hand over Hull, who are top, and they're only like 7 points behind.
Yeah, no, it's nuts. And Hull and Lincoln on equal points. Portsmouth just 1 behind them, but I feel like Lincoln are going to win this. It feels like a bit of a layup for them. Obviously, we've already talked about Northampton ad bloody nauseum. Please look above. There's an Oxford versus Northampton preview we did that people watched, but now it's pointless because the match didn't happen. We had League One predictions. Please look above there as well. Match did not happen. Northampton, not doing well right now. Lincoln, best team in the league. Well, top 3 team in the league. Ian, prediction time.
Yeah, both these sides haven't played in a while, as you just said. Lincoln had their game called off for Gillingham. Northampton had another one called off. Let me just say one thing quickly. Oxford fans, please, Oxford fans. Those of you, I know you're annoyed, but those of you that were slagging off the Northampton Town groundsman for calling off the game, give it a rest. I mean, this is a professional groundsman. He's not like a doctor or a teacher or a vaccine consultant where you can let me finish. Someone where you can easily criticize their job. This is a professional person who knows how to deal with the ground. Now, the fact that he was drunk asleep in his shed when the storm came is by the by. Just get off the poor guy's back.
My 2 favorite quotes are, someone said, all you need to do is put a tarp across the ground because water doesn't come up, it just comes down. And if you just stop it from landing, it doesn't happen. And the other person, do they not have a fork? Again, because if you'd stabbed the ground, the water would have magically...
All valid points, but it was the referee who called the game off. So back to this one. You'd have to fancy Lincoln. I just said a nice, solid 2-0 win.
I'm going to go 4-0 in this one. Gillingham versus Ian's favourite club, Rochdale?
My beloved Rochdale, who fell 1-0 to Doncaster, but it was actually quite relaxing to have a run-of-the-mill Rochdale games. Usually their games end 3 or 4 or 5 all. Usually they either take the lead and fail in the last minute, or have an amazing comeback like they did against Wigan, where they got
we haven't even talked about the Wigan result. They're down 3-1, weren't they?
They were indeed. 95th minute equaliser from Humphreys came up to rescue them with a point, but still in trouble though, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. They are not in a great shape, but Gillingham aren't that far ahead of them.
No, they haven't. But they've had a good win at the weekend, didn't they? They beat Aki Stanley, I think. But it's a bit of a shock result, burst in their bubble. So, I mean, you just can't tell what Rochdale are going to do at the moment. But you just have to go with some form of logic and back Gillingham to win. I'll let you say your score first.
2-1 Gillingham.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, why not? 2-1 Gillingham. Second biggest tie of the round. Portsmouth versus Hull City.
I'm honestly surprised this one isn't leading it off. We've got we've got third versus first here. Somehow, Hull have regained the top spot, Ian, despite only winning 2 of their last 5 matches. I don't know what's happened.
Yeah, just so that they probably weren't that far behind to begin with in it, but
so far ahead at one point as well, but they could have a different form and stay this close.
And they should have beat Blackpool, really. They'll be disappointed being in the lead for a long time for them to succumb to a 1-1 draw, but they made up for it tonight, Thomas. They made up for it with a 3-0 win over Accrington Stanley, who themselves are struggling a little bit. And Gavin White is the goal scorer, Thomas. Why didn't he come to us? Why didn't you come to Oxford, Gavin? We would have welcomed you back. They don't want you at Hull. We wanted him. We wanted him.
Needed him. Ian, Pompey won again today. They beat Fleetwood last week, although Fleetwood losing is just becoming a regular occurrence at this stage. Can Portsmouth? I mean, they're 41 points. They win this, they go top.
Oh, wow, they're in as good a form as anyone else in the league, with 4 wins and a draw out of the last 5 games. They're almost in as good a form as Oxford. Just got to get that little shot in there. And they're looking amazing at the moment. Yeah, they got Marquis is back in the goals. He was having a goal drought. He's probably had a goal drought for him is probably like half an hour. He didn't score.
It's over. It's over. Yep, I've scored.
He's back in the goals, and tonight was 4-0 with 4 different goal scorers. So all things looking pretty healthy, I would say, for Kenny's boys.
Ian, I don't want to jinx it here, but are they the best team in the league finally? Most goals, least conceded.
I mean, it's going to sound obvious, but I would say there's probably not that much between those top 3 at the moment.
Yeah.
Lincoln maybe a little bit of a different style to Hull and Portsmouth, but I would say those 3 definitely 3 excellent sides. You could say Portsmouth beat Hull 3-1 recently away, so they'll be looking to do the double over them. I think they will. I think they will win this game.
Too.
I'm going to go 2-1 again.
Oh, yeah, I can't believe this. Right, that's it. No one... The next match, we have to pick differing sides to win, because I'm going 2-1 as well. Crewe Alexandra versus AFC Wimbledon.
Well, the wheels are well and truly off the Wimbledon, whatever you call it.
I just looked at their form. It's just red.
Yeah. They have gone and done it, folks. That is 5 defeats the last 5 games. Finds them back in the relegation zone. Really not doing very well at all. Even managed to lose to Sunderland, which is quite a rarity these days.
That's nigh on impossible.
Yeah, so really things not going well at Wimbledon. I would imagine there'll probably be a managerial change at some point down there in the next few weeks. But Crewe carry on doing extremely well.
It has been 2 months. Like, Sunderland have got to change the manager at least.
No, not Sunderland. Wimbledon.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
We'll get to Sunderland.
We'll get to Sunderland.
Good. I'm glad. Crewe. Speak about them.
Just carry on being excellent, really, don't they? Carry on being superb. And haven't, 3 draws, 2 wins. They won tonight. And they're just outside the playoffs, overachieving. Easily, probably other than Lincoln, they might be the biggest surprise package in League One this season, because I don't think anyone expects them to be this high. So credit to them. Even though the fact they cheated by having those 2 games called off against Oxford, which was really unfair. I don't think you can look beyond Crewe in this one.
No, I don't think you can either. Crewe are playing a really good brand of football. They proved that winning the league last year wasn't a blip. It wasn't, something lucky. They're playing really good football, and they've looked really good in most of the games we've seen them in. I think they're going to win this. Ian, score prediction first.
Well, I think you go first this time.
3-0.
Oh, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Do you know what score I had in my mind? 5-0.
3. Lols.
Sunderland versus Shrewsbury Town.
Right.
Please don't shout and scream. Please don't shout and scream.
But no, let's just be honest. They're going to sack their manager. They don't have an option. He's lost like half the matches since he came in.
I'm just going to say, I think that's really harsh to sack Steve Cottrell, the fact he's in hospital with COVID.
Not talking about Shrewsbury, Ian.
Oh, sorry.
Talking about Sunderland.
Sorry. I thought because they lost to Southampton, that means they're out of the FA Cup.
Yeah, we were all disappointed in that. In the league, Shrewsbury, like I think you even said last week, they're one of the form teams. But Sunderland they've totally lost control.
Absolutely. I'm just going to say, Shrewsbury also haven't played for ages in League One. Either.
Well, I actually think it's really helpful that their first match back was Southampton, because you want to go far in the cup when you're in League One, but your players just got a 90-minute run out. If their first match back had been Sunderland, it'd have been a really tough first game back. And I think they're going to win, Ian.
Well,
I'm done picking Sunderland.
I think they did beat Sunderland in the reverse of this fixture 1-0. And I'm just going to say, disappointing again, really disappointing again. They had a fantastic 3-0 win with Charlie White getting a hat-trick, who's actually going to be on the thumbnail of this video. And they follow that up by losing 2-1 at home to Plymouth, who have not won an away game all season. I know some of you Sunderland fans, you're going to be like tearing your hair out. This is saying things like, this is the worst it's ever been. We're the worst squad ever. We're a laughing stock. You're not a laughing stock. You are not a laughing stock. I don't think you're a laughing stock. I don't think you do, Thomas, either.
Yep.
We're not, and I'm not like laughing at the fans. I feel sorry for you. It's just really difficult. I know I've got some experience of knowing what you might be like of when Oxford were down in the conference. It's pretty similar to you being in League One, where we would play teams like Barrow. Well, Barrow in the league side now. We'd play sides that were down there like Dover, like St Albans Town, and we'd lose to them, and it would seem like it's the biggest disaster ever. But it's not. You just need to rally round. The season's not over. There's still plenty of points to play for. You're still a good side. If you get a head up of steam, you can still well and truly mount a pretty good promotion push, I would say. But it's just difficult to back you at the moment. But I will, after that little rant, 2-1 Sunderland.
Cool. I'm going 1-1 draw because it's their favourite scoreline.
It's their favourite scoreline.
Wigan Athletic versus Joey Bartonless, Fleetwood Town.
Well, Thomas, the villagers of Fleetwood will be rejoicing.
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
Yes, exactly. The ring of power was thrown into Mount Doom, and Sauron, Joey Barton's Sauron, has departed away.
Such bad luck that it was Ched Evans that was, Gollum in that situation.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
But on the pitch, things are not going well for Fleetwood. They've been a terrible run, but now they've just lost 2 games in a row, sliding down the league, mid-table now. It's not looking good, isn't it, at the moment? And coming up against a Wigan side that look like they've got quite a bit of fight in them these days.
They're coming up against a Wigan side that if you score 4, we will ship 4. That is their mantra right now. It has nothing to do with how many they themselves score. It has to do with how many they're willing to concede to you. It's as many as they score. But they might be the most entertaining side to watch in this league now because they can't stop. They're up by like 2 or 3 goals, and at any point you're like, it's not gonna stick. Definitely not gonna stick.
Well, I would say they've got a lot more about them than they had. When Oxford played them, they looked pretty dead and buried, I thought.
Yeah,
they look like they've certainly picked up a lot since then.
They're 2 points from safety, a better goal difference than Northampton. I don't know. Honestly, I'm trying to figure out what I think here, because Fleetwood are in free fall, and I think that Joey Barton was, like, his persona was their way of playing on the pitch. Like, they were ugly to watch. They fought tooth and nail. They really.
I agree and disagree. I think they've always been a bit like that. Fleetwood have always been a tough club to play against.
Yeah, but they don't have a manager now, and they just seem a little bit identity-less. Like, they're not really sure what they're doing, and they don't have that Joey Barton, I'll put a cigar out in your eye when you come off at halftime if you haven't done well, so...
I'll beat a manager up in the tunnel, but I'll get away with
it. Yeah, literally. Pizzagate is a dream for a manager like Joey Barton. He stuffs pizza down your throat and then punches
Stick
you.
my tongue in Carl Robinson's ear.
Oh, pre-COVID days, I did love them. Wigan Athletic to win 2-1.
That was just things I'd like to do on my bucket list. I think this one will be a draw. Do not worry, Fleetwood fans. You might be a bit directionless at the moment, but in a couple of weeks you play Oxford, so you'll get your winning run back there.
Did you have a score for that one? Or?
Yeah, sure. Why not? 1-1. Ipswich Town versus Peterborough United.
Peterborough. Another United in this league. So Peterborough are only 3 points off the top. God, the top of this is tight. How are Doncaster up there? Every time I look at this, I get mildly confused. Peterborough, they're exactly what we thought they'd be. Free scoring machine. They won me last week's predictions with a 3-0 win over MK Dons. Or Charlton won it, but I'm pretty sure I'll give it to Peterborough. I don't really know if there's anything I need to point out here. They're really, really good in their goal machines.
Yeah, they remind me a bit of Portsmouth at the moment. They got the goals back in them again. They were 1-0 down against Charlton. Sammy Smodix comes up with 2 goals to win them the game. They look back to their, wouldn't say their best, but they're getting there for sure. Ipswich continue to be win a game, lose a game, as frustrating and as annoying as ever for their fans.
Please, mental health experts, please don't take this badly, but they got a bit of a split personality disorder. We're not really sure which one of them is going to turn up any week. One week they're good, the next week you're just like, what in God's name just happened? But they did win their last match, which means they're going to lose this one. So score predictions, Ian.
Yeah, they overcame Burton Albion by a goal to 0, just about, didn't they? Just about squeaked past Burton Albion. I think you'd have to look at Peterborough, a bit of a, not really a derby, but they're kind of relatively close to each other. Ipswich Town 1, Peterborough United. How do you say 3 in French?
Diaz.
That'll do.
I'm going to go 3-0 to the Peterborough.
Okay, we've had 8 games that we've talked about, but this one will certainly take you to cloud 9 because it's time for the main event.
Oh, it hurts my brain. Oxford United versus second biggest bogey team, Bristol Rovers.
Thomas, I know we're going to do preview videos and we're going to do live streams, and I know you're going to promote the poop out of that in just a second. Don't take this the wrong way, because I know you've got a bit of a dirty mind, but I am on my knees begging you, Thomas. Don't lie, it's not funny.
I know what you're going to say.
Begging you to back Bristol Rovers in.
I know you'd say that.
You foolishly back Oxford so many times this season if you've left points on the table. We never beat Bristol Rovers at the KASSAM Stadium. They have beaten us 6 times in a row at the KASSAM Stadium. We are useless. In fact, when they draw out the leagues, they start Bristol Rovers on 3 points because they are that sure that they are going to beat us at the KASSAM Stadium. You have to back Bristol Rovers in this game.
Absolutely not. Bristol Rovers look absolutely awful this year. They are awful. They're basically in the relegation zone. They lost again today. They're shipping goals. The car factory's shut, Ian.
It does look like the new manager bubble has burst a little bit. The honeymoon period has ended.
They've lost 3 of the last 4 games they played. They look dreadful.
But Oxford haven't played in a while. And we have seen Oxford, when they've not played in a while, come up and be pretty poor.
Question on rules for predictions. Can I predict a draw? Or do I have to back
Predict what you like. I'm only giving I cannot back against Oxford. You know we can't show weakness when it's against up for our teams. Whether it be Oxford, Rochdale, Manchester United, or whoever you support.
Fleetwood Town.
So I have to back them. I'm just telling you these facts. The fact that we are won 4 games out of 5 and arguably the most informed side in League One is by the by. The fact that we've got a pretty good defence now is by the by. The fact that we've got arguably our strongest first 11 back available is by the by. The fact that Matt Taylor's banging in the goals. All these things are irrelevant compared to the fact that Bristol Rovers beat us every time at the KASSAM Stadium.
Ian, ducks are made to be broken. Or preferably shot out of the sky. And I really wish I kept a straight face there. I was thinking about it for like a whole minute. Oxford are going to win this game. And not only are they going to win it, they're going to break said duck like a damn bustard flying over Germany at 50 feet dropping bouncy bombs. It's going to be 3-0 to the Yellows.
Madman. Oh, come on then. I have to do it. No weakness shown here, folks. Come on, you Yellows. 2-1. Oxford United win.
I mean, like, I get it. And if they lose, I will allow you to say I told you so and make fun of me. And especially if I lose predictions by 1 point, then definitely I told you so. But, you know, teams do eventually win against teams they lose to a lot. Like, Swindon hadn't beaten Oxford in like 8 years and then go out and get 2 goals at the very end of a match to win 2-1. Right. So
okay, you're running a tight rope. You're hanging on by a thread here, Pickering. I was giving you advice out of friendship, and you are throwing that friendship back.
Well, in that case, I should probably wrap this video by thanking everybody for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you haven't commented, comment. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you haven't liked, like or dislike, but please like, because, you know, my soul dies a little bit every time there's a downward thumb. Go to Grandstand Bettors. They love predictions. They're really good at it. Oh, and they win you money. Oh, and they're paid for it. So definitely trust those guys. Hit us up on our website. Hit us up on Twitter. Hit us up on Instagram. Hit us up on any of that stuff. Please talk to us. We're lonely. There's an end screen with a bunch of stuff. There's some cards up there. Click on stuff. Interact with us. Talk to us.
Yes,
we're
especially
lonely.
Sunderland fans. Especially Sunderland. We need you need to get the. It's therapeutic to speak these things out. You need to write it down.
I support a club that has Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as manager. I need to hear the rants from other clubs so I don't feel alone.
I support a club that has a fucking lunatic as the manager.
But he's fun to listen to. And with that said, Ian, anything else?
Ta-ra!